All right, y'all. We back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, all right? Now, look, figure we get back on the regular scheduled programming. I think the last couple of days, I had a good amount of people send me stuff from the NBA YoungBoy concert and how demonic his sets have been. So, y'all know we talk about this stuff a lot, right? Recently, we talked about the weekend set and how he was using the robot Metropolis, very demonic sets, the all red suits that the people were wearing, the mask, very demonic. So I had pretty much low expectations for this NBA YoungBoy concert to look any different. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, the backgrounds that he's been using when he first started the tour were graveyards. I mean, look at this. These are crosses in the background right here. We're pretty much representing graveyards. The tour is called the Massa Tour. MASA, Make America Slime Again. It's kind of crazy how he used you know, the term massa. It is kind of crazy. But I've been getting sent a lot of stuff, and I want to show y'all some of this stuff because what we're talking about here, once again, is idol worship. What we're also talking about here is kids, man. The kids. What I do want to know really quick is how old NBA YoungBoy is, right? I'm not sure. Let me see. All right, he's 25 years old. I think he has 10 kids. I think this is right. 10 or 11 kids, right? So when NBA YoungBoy started rapping, when he got into the industry, he was very young. He was very young. He might have been 17 years old. So we know the younger an artist makes an impact, they continue that trail. Even though he's 25, he still is a very big influence to kids who are 15, 16 years old. I think I told y'all on here recently, I remember one day being out by my garage and I heard a little 13-year-old white kid riding past me on a scooter blasting NBA YoungBoy. I know he's like 13 or 12 because I talked to him before and he was in middle school. This was just a couple of months ago, maybe close to a year ago. And this just goes to show you the influence that NBA YoungBoy has on teenagers still, even though he's 25. His music is listened to all around the world by very young kids, especially here in the States. But check this out. I got to show y'all some of this stuff from TikTok and some of the reactions of the fans that are at his concert, basically worshiping him like he is Jesus Christ himself. Check this out, y'all.
Like, come on, look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. Look at this setup. Look at this stage, bro. Look at this setup. Look at this stage, bro. That stage look like hell, bro. And I know hell, that ain't nothing compared to hell, but look at that stage, bro. Y'all think that ain't demonic? Y'all think that ain't wicked? Y'all want to go and support that? Y'all want to be a part of that? Hey, people gonna learn the hard way. It's just music. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. Man, you know how many people in my comments talking about SYBAU? When I'm telling them the truth, when I'm trying to lead them to the narrow path, I want to see their soul saved. I want them to have salvation. And they talking about SYBAU. Hey, it is what it is. I ain't mad. You feel me? Because I ain't here to please people, but I'm here to do what God called me to do. He say, warn them. And if you warn them and they don't want to take heed to the warning, if they don't want to listen, if they don't want to turn from wicked ways, then they blood is not on your hand no more. It's on their own hands. It's on their own head. So, long as you do your part, when you let people know, like, hey, man, you got to turn from that, or that ain't of God. And they be like, man, nobody want to hear that. Y'all, I'm a child of God, but I'm not going to turn from this. I'm not going to turn from that. I don't want to hear what you talking about. Hey, you did your part. You planted that seed. You warned them.
That's really all it's about sometimes, is just planting a seed, because most of the time you'll realize you can't force it on people until they are actually ready. I thought this was insane right here. Somebody said, I said they be praising YB more than God, which is NBA YoungBoy. And when I show y'all these next couple of clips, you're going to see what she's talking about. Then he responded, which was the creator of this video, said, facts. Somebody told me earlier, just because they doing a ritual on stage don't mean they worshiping the devil. They just worshiping YB. Wow. He said that's the whole point. That's idolatry. And he promoting evil, so by y'all worshiping him, y'all worshiping and giving glory to the devil. He is exactly right. I mean, I think I have said it, man, 10, 20 times in some of the videos we've done recently when we're talking about rap, when we're talking about concerts and how they create the environment for spirits. They create the environment to channel your energy. At the concerts, it's more about channeling your spirit. You know, you're giving your energy, you're giving your spirit to the performer, you're worshiping them, you're screaming at the top of your lungs. They've already created the environment to invite the darkness, to invoke the spirits and the ritual, to cast spells on you. You have to create the environment for any of it to work. You know, spells and rituals and demonic spirits, it's not gonna work if the place is fully lit up with, you know, positive things. You know what I'm saying? Butterflies in the background, you know, some ice cream and stuff. It's not gonna work in an environment like that that is full of positivity. That's why they have to create hell as the environment, create a very dark environment so that energy can be transferred, so those spirits now have a place to roam, jump in and out of people, so on and so on, right? Now, this was the entrance to one of his sets. These people are super excited. The background is once again like a graveyard. All of this green, which was his theme of Make America Slime Again. We're going to assume this is a moon, maybe, or some kind of earth picture portal looking thing. And he's literally coming out of a coffin, y'all. Coming out of a coffin. And it makes me think about that you know, the death and rebirth ritual that we were talking about. Well, we were mostly talking about the Osiris Risen ritual when I pulled up that photo of Jenna Ortega and I think Lady Gaga posing in a coffin. I mean, but look at this. Why does this have to be the theme of the concert? It just goes back to what I was just saying and what they're actually, you know, trying to channel. And look at this. I mean, he's literally in a coffin. I mean, look at this. He's literally in a coffin. I had to keep it silent because obviously he's performing his music, so don't want it to get copyrighted on this video. But check this out. I mean, you just inviting this kind of energy on yourself, first off. There's no way you would get me to stand in a coffin, come out of a coffin. This looks exactly similar to the coffin that the Jenna Ortega picture was in. There's no way you would get me to do this. The day that this happened, I won't be conscious to see it. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I would bring this kind of energy on my life. I just can't do it. Now, check this out. I thought this was very interesting of this guy talking about people, you know, basically worshiping NBA YoungBoy at his concerts. Check this out, y'all.
With us worshiping the Most High. Take a look at this. This guy's on his knees during a concert worshiping NBA YoungBoy.
Offset touching. I need to see every cell phone right on.
And not too long ago, NBA YoungBoy confessed that he's demonic.
I'm very demonic.
You would think you'll lose fans, right? Well, take a look at this crowd. They are worshiping NBA YoungBoy. Take a look at this young man. He's weeping in the presence of NBA YoungBoy. So who do you think they are bowing down to? the prince of the world. Just take a look at the masses. They are weeping, crying, bowing down. It's like they under a spell or something. Music is spiritual. It did not originate in the earth. It originated in heaven. However, heaven is a spiritual place. And the prince of the world was singing around the throne of the Most High. And he's so deceptive that when he was cast down from heaven, he deceived 1/3 of the angels. So if he deceived angels, you don't think he's able to deceive the masses? He always wanted to be like the Most High. He wants to be.
Now, I thought that was very important to understand how spiritual music actually is. Like he said, it wasn't created here on earth. It was already formed, and I mean, the devil was music himself in the heavens. That's a very good point. If you were able to deceive the angels that fell with him, what makes you think he's not deceiving every single person who decides to participate in this kind of stuff? You know, and it's not even just going to concerts or, you know, worshiping your favorite, you know, idol. I mean, it's just the same as listening to their music, even in private. You know, I mean, your spirit already tells you what kind of music you shouldn't listen to and what kind that more, you know, resonates with who you are. But this is crazy. This is crazy with NBA YoungBoy, man, and it really has to be talked about the most with teenagers. I mean, these dudes, these little YNs, they are ready to crash out about NBA YoungBoy. I just don't understand getting on my knees for another man at a concert. I don't understand that, y'all.
Praised, and he wants to be worshiped. So by the fans bowing down to NBA YoungBoy, the reality is they are worshiping the prince of the world. And we wonder why the culture is messed up. There's video clips of underage individuals attending this concert, which means parents are casting their little ones into the fire. Where do you all think NBA YoungBoy lyrics comes from? The spiritual realm. And I guarantee you it's about to get worse, because during this concert, portals were open because they came into agreement with NBA YoungBoy. See, the power of death and life is in the tongue. What NBA YoungBoy is rapping about is manifesting through these young men, because they are repeating the lyrics over and over again. We're not wrestling against flesh. We are in spiritual warfare. Why do
Man, he couldn't have said it any better. Portals are opening up because you going to this concert, you being in this environment like I was just talking about, you have now come into agreement with those spirits that NBA YoungBoy, you know, they already channel. You know, I mean, you have to think about it. It's not NBA YoungBoy personally setting up his set. This is all orchestrated for darkness by his handlers, his label, the people above him that, you know, they create these rituals. They know what they're doing. And at the end of the day, this allows them to make more money off NBA YoungBoy. The more people who are captured, the more souls who are captured, the more people who, you know, get this full experience, they're going to continue to spend their money on his music, continue to come to his concerts, continue to chase, you know, that fame that he has, like be just so in awe of who he is. That's what it does. You know, when you connect spiritually, especially to these demonic spirits at concerts through these portals and stuff by participating in it, you're creating a connection now. You're creating a connection that those spirits, those demons need to live off of. And now you're stuck. Now you're just intertwined, you know. You're just stuck. You continue to worship him, you continue to support it, and that's the end goal of it. That's the end goal of it. It's crazy, and that's why they go for the younger teenagers. That's why they go for him. He's 25 and he's still able to attract teenagers to his music. That is his target audience, and the people of his label, they know that, they understand that, and they're going to use it 100%, 110%, until they can't anymore.
I did 2 shows in Dallas, but Austin so motherfucking loud, I got muted. Austin so motherfucking loud. Austin so motherfucking loud. If you from Austin, cut your cell phone lights on for me. Austin, Texas. I need to see every cell phone light on right motherfucking now. Austin, Texas. I need to see every cell phone light on right motherfucking now. It's time to.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Somebody said this is how we should be worshiping Jesus. Got 70,000 likes. You gotta be kidding me, y'all. Said the YN soul was emerging from his body. Boondock scene. Transforming into his final form. Yeah, a demon. The idolatry the Bible talks about. He been waiting on this moment his whole life. The guy next to him, literally, that dude next to him looking at him like, yo. Somebody said this shit is sad. I mean, it's very, very sad, y'all. And for some of these people, it's this real. It's this real. You know, they don't have anything. They don't, these, to me, these are people who don't have any positive role models. I don't even think they understand what they're doing. I just don't think they even understand it. It's the only way you could actually be like this over another human being. I don't even think you just don't even know what you're doing. All right, y'all. So that'll pretty much wrap this video up. I just wanted to get on here and talk about the concert, and you know, a lot of people have been asking me to do a video about it, so y'all already know I was gonna come with it, man. With that being said, y'all let me know what y'all want to continue to see on the channel. Pretty much already have tomorrow's video done. And yeah, man, we continue in the 30 for 30 this month. I ain't forgot. Y'all already know me, man. We working. Yeah, with that being said, y'all, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon, all right? I'm out.